Well, it appears officials are working overtime, swearing in as many new citizen voters as possible before the November election. Senator Ron Johnson, who chairs the Committee on Homeland Security, disclosed an email from an Immigration Service field office chief that reads, quote, "The field office, due to the election year, needs to process as many of their N-400 cases as possible between now and fiscal year 2016. So a lot of people are saying it's obviously the Obama administration trying to tilt the scales a little bit and help Hillary as much as possible. Joining me now to discuss, Jillian Melcher and Gina Loudon. And Gina, I got to tell you something. I took a look, and you've got 22 states that you must be registered 28 days or sooner to vote in. 4 are swing states.
That's interesting, Charles. You know, I think this is really a terrifying glimpse into a Clinton administration where they, rather than court American citizens, this administration and Hillary's continuing edition of this administration would rather use people for their votes. And I think this is what a lot of us have been afraid of and suspicious of before, this sort of dehumanization of the American voter, and even really a racist component to this when you think about this is using people who are already in a vulnerable position, who are trying to immigrate here. So these are some scary things. I live on the border, Charles. 9 out of 10 of those detained on my border right here in San Diego are let go if they just say the word asylum because Obama sent them a script and told them to do it. Scary times.
Jillian, what are your thoughts? I mean, I guess in a political race that's neck and neck, a nail biter, it might be smart, but there's some unsavory aspects of this.
Well, I think there's more to this story. So there's a wide perception that Trump is anti-immigrant. Now, we're not talking just anti-illegal immigrant, but anti-immigrant across the board. This is N-400. These are people who've already been living in the country for a very long time, who are following the law point by point by point. I mean, if you are applying for N-400 immigration naturalization, you not only have to answer your questions, you not only have to go through really intense background checks, you have to answer things like, are you a communist or are you a habitual drunkard? So I think these are a lot of people who are trying to do it right and who are you know, afraid that they're not going to have that opportunity.
Gina?
Jillian, I'm sorry, he's married to an immigrant. Your whole line of thinking there makes no sense to me as a voter. And the fact that right now we don't even ask people if they have ties to major terrorist organizations.
Do. If you look on the N-400 form, which I was looking at, it explicitly asks that. So that's simply not true. That's simply not true.
Trump is anti-immigrant when he obviously treasures his wife, who is an immigrant.
And there are significant questions about how she came into the country. Look, applications for this kind of naturalization are up 14%. There's a direct link to Trump being anti-immigrant.
To the point that we saw the memo, though, where they explicitly are saying we want to get this done before the election.
Yeah.
Do you find any fault at all with that? Do you think there's something disingenuous about that?
No, I think my assumption, giving them the benefit of the doubt on this, which maybe is naive, is that immigration has been a huge issue this election, and that there's a widespread expectation that the policy is going to change after, you know, the next president is elected, if it's Trump. I can understand hustling to try to get in.
Gina? Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think maybe it's time to really look at our border issues in a really hard way and say that something needs to change. I haven't heard Hillary say anything new or different from what Obama has done. And what Obama has done is threatening the security of this country, using immigrants for votes, and is really, in a manner of speaking, a whole new form of racism. That's
hey, guys, hold on 1 second. Let's not forget about the, I think, almost 900 people who were here that were supposed to be kicked out and said they were given citizenship. It might be time to put a pause and sort of reorganize the department rather than going full throttle, Jillian.
Sure, but I think these are the people that have done everything right, that have been committed to doing legal immigration from the get-go. And to politicize them and to make a point out of them or a demonstration out of them when they're afraid that, the rug is going to be pulled out from underneath them, I think that's just really unfortunate and sad. These are the people doing it right.
Let's leave it there. Thank you both very much. Well, we're coming